Hey everyone, welcome back to Elemental Cartomancy. I'm really excited today to be able to share with you uh, the Tarot Arthurian, or Le Tarot Arthurien, I think it would be pronounced in French, uh, by Claire DUVAL, which is illustrated by ARTHURIEN. Um, this has been a deck that we've been waiting on for quite some time, so I'm really excited. My copy came yesterday, so I'm really excited to have it and to be able to share it with you. Some information about packaging. So the whole thing comes in this nice magnetic flip box, and inside that there's space for the cards and the book. As you can see, it's a decent kind of like it's not too big as in for sitting on the shelf, but like it's a decent thickness, it's a decent size, and I think that largely is given the fact that the book is quite a chunky book, but we'll come to that. So inside it has this: enter a subtle world full of mysteries and surprises to meet your deep being, the one who has always been linked to sacred magic and the unspeakable. Or I think that should say, so the sacred magic and the unspeakable. So there might be some things that aren't quite translated right, and if that's the case, then I apologise. And that is one of the things about this deck. The entire book is in French. So if you don't speak French, then you will need to translate that, find some way to translate that. Not that I mean you're necessarily going to need to, because the cards are very kind of in the Smith-Waite tradition, I would say. So they're not unreadable. Like, you don't absolutely need the book, but I can tell there's a lot of good information in that book. So for me, I'm going to want to know what it says. Um, on the back, it says, "Discover the wisdom teachings of the mythical King Arthur, sorry. The Arthurian legend, magnificent and alive like the water of the streams, adapts to eras and storytellers of all times. Thanks to the 78 divinatory blades marked by occultism." Let's see. Okay. There might be some things that are mistranslated here, but I'll read out what it says anyway. So, marked by occultism, from the end of the 19th century, travel to I would think that would be mystical kingdom of Avalon, and enter a subtle world full of mysteries and surprises to meet your true being. Gently, you'll be able to carry out the work of personal knowledge and healing of your soul. The explanatory book also offers numerous drawings, detailed guidance, as well as journaling exercises in order to carry out a deep work of introspection. This tarot will become a precious tool to reconnect you with the marvelous and take charge of your destiny. So there we go. That is what the book says at the back. And we've got the image of the Ace of Cups here illustrated. So absolutely stunning, of course. Um, the cards come in their own wee box, which is great. So if you just want to have the deck sitting on the shelf, then you've got, look at this two-part box. This is the book. I've not translated any of the book, but just to get, so there you can see you're getting a full page um, color image of the card. So this is actually bigger than the card itself. So I mean, that'll be really useful for getting right into the nitty-gritty, right into the minor, intricate details of the cards. Um, and then of course we've got the write-up. So you can see we've got some kind of summary type thing here. Um, maybe keywords or something, I'm not sure. And there's a lot of information on the card as well, and this is the bit that it's talking about for journaling. Okay. And then I think then it moves on to the next card. So absolutely fantastic, and it doesn't skimp out on the minors. We've got the same amount of detail, I think, for the minor arcana. And this book goes, apart from like the kind of acknowledgements at the end, the the write up for the cards goes right all the way. Well, there's the full. Um, so it goes. This is pretty much all cards. So this is all describing the cards. So if you like a good book that describes the cards in lots of detail, then this is a good book. Okay, and then there's like information on spreads and stuff like that as well. Which again I'll need to translate. Okay, the cards. So let's do a wee size comparison. So if we compare to a US games, pretty much the same size, can you see? So you can see that the Arthurian appears to be, like a hair broader, but they're the same kind of the same height. So size-wise, which means that shuffle-wise, it's going to be pretty much the same as your standard kind of a US games type, standard tarot size. So going to be really nice to shuffle. Um, the card stock is this beautiful matte, papery matte. So it's kind of puts me in mind of decks like the New Choice, Tarot de Marseille, that really nice papery card stock. It's also gilded. It is one of these ones that when it first came and when I was first looking through it, I was having to kind of break the cards apart. Some of them are sticking because of the gilding, which is fine, that's just what happens, and it doesn't appear to have like damaged the gilding. The gilding still appears to be in good condition. Um, Obviously with the gilding, that means that when you're shuffling, you're going to want to be careful. If you don't like the gilding being worn, then you don't want to be riffle shuffling because that's going to wear the gilding really quickly. And what was the other thing? The backs, I guess. So this is the backs of the cards. So it's actually kind of reminds me of the roses and lilies back from the Smith Way. This thing in the middle. So what I'll do is I'll zoom in, and we will flip through. Just a quick note. So with some of the cards, I do want to talk a wee bit about how to translate. Most of them we can kind of work out because they just translate to the traditional card titles. Here we have Le Faux de Bois, which is the Fool of the Woods. I'm not quite sure why he's called the Fool of the Woods. I imagine that's explained maybe to someone who knows a lot more about Arthurian legend. That is maybe obvious. But also I imagine it's explained in the books. But the Fool of the Woods, let's see. I also wanted to comment on, so with the courts, you're going to see the way that the deck's arranged. It goes ace through to 10, and then we have king, queen. The king comes first, so the king is roi. The queen is reine. The knight is chevalier, and damoiselle is the maiden. Okay, so rather than pages, we've got maidens. So this is dernier, which is pentacles or coins. So yeah, that's the order that it's going to go in. It's going to go king, queen, knight, maiden each time when we're flipping through. So, and damoiselle means maiden. Okay, let's do a wee flip through then. Okay, so many absolutely stunning cards in this deck. I was trying to remember, as I was going through, like, oh, I need to remember and talk about that one at the end because I really like that one. Oh, and then there was that one. Before too long, I got there was too many. Um, the first one I think that really struck me was the strength card. I think that's just stunning. Really beautiful image there. Like I just love I've always loved the idea of and strength just becoming one with that animal, and we really see them kind of being aligned here. I think that's beautiful. Um, Devil's a handsome guy. Um, really nice card. The moon card. I'm always a sucker for a good moon card because I love when light and water and even the moon and this the kind of the sun as well, but like the way that the those waves and that water is depicted in the sky is just absolutely beautiful. The eight of batons, that horse is really interesting and really beautiful, powerful card. Um, yeah, I'll need to look at the book and work out why the horse is breathing fire and what significance that has. I think it's stunning. It's probably maybe it's to do with again one of the Arthurian stories. And like I love the king and the queen here, like they match up, like they make one picture. Look at that, how amazing is that? And I noticed that the swords did the same thing, so I'm wondering now whether all of the kings and queens do that. Let's go through and see just now. Yeah, so here's the cups. Look at how they match up. Sorry, I know I'm putting cards on top of cards and it's skewing the images a wee bit, but how amazing is that? And then we're playing a game of chess together. How cool is that? That's so cool. Such an amazing idea. And Anna's deck, the um, Tarot of the Abyss, the court's kind of not quite in the same way, but they do something similar where you can see that they're all part of the same scene, like particularly in the Cups courts, you can see they're all on this ship. It's just really cool. Um, let's see, and these are our pentacles. Another thing that I really love is the knights. So they're all like kind of this kind of a close-up type. Let me move myself out of the way and just make it the table. Um, oh, that's kind of a close-up image of the knight and the horse. Again, beautiful. What other cards? That Ace of Cups. Let's move these. The Ace of Cups, stunning. That Six of Cups as well. Look at that. Isn't that an emotional card? Um, I've made all these piles on the desk of cards, and I don't know what's what and what's where. There's the Two of Swords, that eagle. Look at that. And that as well for the Four of Swords, like just this kind of a lying down on the grass looking up at the starry sky. The Ten, like that burning village behind them. Those are just some of my favourites. Absolutely beautiful. Let's see if we can quickly put all this together actually and just do a quick shuffle, see how it shuffles. I think we know how it's going to shuffle. It's going to shuffle really nicely. In terms of riffle shuffling, they actually riffle shuffle beautifully. They've got a really nice pliability, like a really nice bendability to them. They're not too tough. So you can get a really nice riffle shuffle. But again, I'll say just if you want to keep your gilding in tip-top condition, then just be careful. I mean, you need to be careful when you're overhanding as well, because that kind of bites away at the gilding and overhanding because of the size. We know that the overhand is going to be beautiful. Oh, I just threw a bunch of cards over the table. That was clever. So yeah, this is absolutely stunning. stunning. Maybe at some point I'll do a side by side with the Tarot of the Abyss. I think it would also be really nice to see side by side with the Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot, um, which is Avalon Cameron's deck, which Anna also illustrated, um, and Anna's Tarot of Echoes that will be coming out at some point soon. I think. Well, I'm saying soon. I don't know how soon it's coming out. I just know that she's been working on it. Um, but yeah, it'd be nice to see all of these decks, I think, side by side. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.